For the majority of the last 8 months, the COVID-19 pandemic has forced the closures of schools worldwide, leading to cancelled exams and disruption in student grades. And while this September will mark the start of a new academic year in several countries, going back to school, however, will be a far cry for millions of kids. Here's a package.
A line of yellow dots by the main gate for children to stand on. Brand new soap dispensers for the younger ones, and masks required all day for everyone 11 and over. The pandemic has brought several changes to schools in France, and while the government has announced social distancing and preventive measures, it is the teachers who are hard at work trying to implement them.
As soon as they'll be in contact with one another before a game, after a game, we're going to try and get them to wash their hands. But let's not fool ourselves. We know that with 25 pupils, we won't always be able to keep an eye on each one of them.
These pandemic-stained months have not only affected children's mental health and social development, but also widened the educational gap between wealthy and poor students. UNESCO, the United Nations educational arm, says the impact of school closures, particularly for the more vulnerable, has been immense. At the same time, experts agree that in-person learning is extremely important towards child development.
I think we're all ready to get back in person. I think we miss each other. I think that human interaction is exceptionally important. I think we learn a lot from each other when we are in person. And the value of learning together in person cannot be underestimated.
At the Larramendi School in Spain's northern Basque region, faculty members believe that strict distancing between students will not promote interaction, a facet seen as crucial towards learning. But it will still be a lot better than online classes.
We think it's more important to have all our students at school, even with the 1.5 meter distance. It is better than working remotely.
All in all, governments across the world have begun to enact plans of reopening. The experience of countries like Iceland, the Netherlands, Belgium, Denmark and Norway has been largely positive. The same, unfortunately, cannot be said about Israel and South Korea. And while it is inevitable that we will see cases of COVID-19 in schools, especially among adolescents and adults, but the sheer amount of comprehensive evidence makes a compelling case. Now, the task placed before authorities and schools to ensure adherence of public health guidelines is where the challenge lies.